51-7 is the final. Michigan is dominant today in its win against Colorado State. Sam, let's just dive right in. I think it starts with the defense today. Everyone was talking about the quarterback competition, but it starts with the defense. An impressive performance by this Michigan defensive front. 7 sacks. You got a fumble for a touchdown. They did it all today.
Yeah, let's start off with Jesse Minter's game plan. I thought it was an outstanding debut for Michigan's new defensive coordinator. This is how, if you're Jim Harbaugh, you envisioned a seamless transition taking place. The carryover philosophically allows you to come in and install the kind of pressures that we saw. Because, you know, later in the game, as they got deeper, you saw they couldn't block Michigan's front. Earlier in the game, it was about being confused about where the pressure was coming from. You saw, I think, 3 of the first 4 sacks came from the back 7. I think you had 2 from DBs. You had, I believe, a linebacker get the 3rd sack. And the 4th sack was the defensive line. And it was off to the races for the guys up front who were devastating. I mean, everyone got in on the act. You look at on the edge, Braden McGregor early on. Yabi Anoma came in with the sack. You saw Mike Morris make plays. He was the one that got the strip. I call it a sack. For some reason, they didn't count it as a sack. It would have been 8 that led to that wound up leading to the return for a touchdown. Pressure led to the interception from Rob Moore. It was a virtuoso debut when it came to how to apply pressure schematically, and then to have an overpowering, unrelenting front with everyone getting in on the act. Mason Graham was big. Mozzie Smith had himself a big day. We felt Rayshawn Benny in the run game.
Absolutely.
Everyone. Chris Jenkins, I thought, had himself. You could go down the line in the front 4, and everyone had their name called. But Jim said something that I think is very important to take away from this game, and it's a carryover from fall camp. You saw very few openings in the secondary. And as much as you want to talk about the pressure, that mounted as the game went on. Early on, quarterback had a little time, but there was really no one open down the football field. Credit that secondary for being much more sound. I know it's Colorado State. You don't want to get too carried away, but I don't give a damn who you're playing. You come out the way they did, as dominant as they were in the first game for a defensive coordinator, that's impressive.
Yeah, I believe 224 total yards by the Rams offense. Definitely an impressive debut for this Michigan defense this season. Let's switch it over